going on, guys? Welcome back to our live show. We are here, of course. We've got Seb and Luca with us, talking everything Arsenal. We're gonna go through the latest news today. How you guys doing? You all good?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
good.
good,
Thank you.
mate.
Yeah,
Man. I'm good. Yeah, I'm very good.
What are you guys making of Arsenal?
Um, all right at the moment, but still a bit disappointed about the season.
season's been awful. It's been
Been awful
terrible.
for a long time.
Terrible. It's not good. Not good enough. With the
Yeah,
game of the weekend, I know we won, but let's be honest, that was awful. That was a
It
horrible
was.
one.
especially
Yeah,
that second half as well, man.
Oh, mate.
It was awful. But make sure you guys hit like buttons up. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are on the road to 10K. Just quickly, guys, is the mic all good? Yeah, because I had
Yeah,
a
it's all
problem with.
fine. Yeah,
all good, mate.
Okay, amazing people, amazing. Um, so what we're gonna start with, we're actually gonna start with this Isak news today. And also Fabrizio came out and said this yesterday as well. He said, Arsenal willing to smash their transfer record fee to sign Alexander Isak. Andrea Berta has presented ideas to make it viable. There's been constant contact with the strikers camp since early last year, and personal terms are not seen to be an issue. This kind of by Hannah Virgil. Apparently, this guy's really reliable. Now, I'll come to you first, Seb. With this Isak situation, where do you see him? Because obviously he just won the Carabao Cup with Newcastle. There's possibility that they could get Champions League football this season as well if they can get fifth place. What do you see happening with Isak? Do you see Arsenal getting this done and over the line in the summer?
not this summer. No, I don't. I think he stays at Newcastle. I think the only way it would potentially could happen is if they don't get Champions League. But like you said, they just won it. They've just won a trophy, and he's still got quite a long contract. So Newcastle can still demand a king's ransom to let him go. And I just don't think Arsenal will pay that. I just don't. Oh, I don't see any other club willing to do that. Liverpool, I don't see them doing that, or definitely not Barcelona, Real Madrid, or them.
No.
No, I don't. I think he stays at Newcastle for at least another year. Definitely, as much as I really would like this guy. I
Would you
just
pay that amount of money for a player like Isak?
depends how much. I'll pay over 100 million. Yes, I'll definitely do it because he gets us. He'll definitely get us that. But if it's rumours that you have to sacrifice something for it, I'm not sure they'll do it. Especially not Gabriel. Especially if we accept money for Gabriel to fund Isak, I will definitely not do that. But we shouldn't really be in this situation where we have to sell to buy. But the thing is, you're going to be hearing these rumours all throughout now and maybe throughout the summer. You will be hearing these rumours, but I don't see him. I don't see him moving. Like you said, he's just won a trophy, and he's probably likely is going to get them Champions League football. And no, I don't see a world in which he moves this summer. But as much as I'd like him to sign, because this signing ticks all the boxes for Arsenal, makes perfect sense. I think he's the most complete striker in the Premier League, even more complete than Haaland, I would say, in the Premier League. But
Hmm.
yeah,
He's the most
I think,
influential striker in the world right now.
oh, without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt, and yeah, definitely, if Arsenal can do everything they can to make this happen, then go and do it because this will send out a state of intent. And then I definitely would expect us to win the league. Nothing else, if it was to happen, nothing else. But like I said, I don't see him moving this summer. But I guess you never know in football. But no, prepare for disappointment if you're expecting him to join this summer. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, Luca, we saw how good Isak was, of course, in against us. Against Saliba in the Carabao Cups. I mean, Saliba couldn't handle him, could he?
Look
You
for
know,
me. Look. As I said on the podcast on Monday, in case anyone hasn't gone and watched Josh's podcast, and you hear my thoughts on this. Look, this source here with Alexander Isak. Look, yes, this source is very, very reliable, Daily AFC. But I just can't see Arsenal going out spending over 100 million for Isak. Like Seb said, Newcastle don't get Champions League football, then prioritise they're within a good shout. And like, I don't know why we have to be in a position to sell players to make money. I think we do have money to spend. Is that the Conquerors are not ambitious enough. The football club is not very ambitious to take us where we want to be to get things over the line, right? And to be honest, this would be some real deal if we can somehow pull this deal. But if it all but means, I think we do have the money. But it's looking the way Arsenal want to do it is we either wait until Newcastle don't get Champions League football despite winning the Carabao Cup. But this is the thing: even if Newcastle don't get Champions League football, surely Isak stays. Or does he stay? Because he might want more. He might want to see this club, Newcastle, say, well, okay, I've won a cup. I want to see Champions League football. I want to see my club play in the Champions League again so I can show that I'm good enough on the big stage to make a move for next year. So I don't see Arsenal going in for Isak. No, I said this before on a number of channels. I already know who our number one target's going to be. I think it's going to be Sesko, and I don't rate Sesko. I think it's just another Kai Havertz, and a lot of people, this fan base is overhyping Sesko, thinking, oh, he scored so much goals in this for a 21-year-old. But that's in the Bundesliga. Do that in the Premier League, then I'll give my answer to that. Arsenal never ever get the real deal signings, and they've never had. They've never really got a top striker since Robbie Van Persie and all them lot back in the day.
Maybe Aubameyang was a lot.
Yeah, Aubameyang. Yeah, of course, Aubameyang. We haven't replaced Aubameyang, and we haven't replaced RVP. Because when Wenger signed Robbie Van Persie back in the day, we got him for less than £1 million. So, regardless to that, right, Wenger made all these players and that and turned them into superstars. Isak, we already know he's Premier League proven. Why can't Mikel Arteta, right, and the Cronkies in that realise that, come on, why are people panicking? I see people on social media today, like Facebook and that, literally just saying about, oh, Alexander Isak, right? Oh, what if we don't get the other positions? I don't care about the other positions, right? Yeah, we do need other positions, but you need to go and get your number one target. I don't want no Benjamin Sesko, Jonathan David targets. They're okay, nice players. I don't want nice players. I want aggressive players, ruthless players. That's going to show a real good statement. Isak reminds me of a TM. Yeah, Molina, I did say that. That's on my channel a couple of years ago. I said when he was at Real Sociedad, right, when our friend Stephen was alive, right, may rest in peace soul, right, if you're listening, I did say that at the time. Isak, he got 4 goals at Real Sociedad. And I didn't think at the time he wasn't going to deliver in the Prem. And now I was wrong. And
it has taken him a couple of seasons, because his first season he had loads of injuries, and then his second season he kicked on, and this year he's just gone to another level.
Yeah, and that's why Arsenal, Seb and Josh, we don't seem to get Isak over the line. That's the problem. We don't get these big names because people are worried, and also it's not just only the board and Mick and all them lot thinking that they're not showing ambitious, right? But one thing that people, this fan base is now getting all gassy, saying that, oh, we could win the Champions League without these sort of players. We're not beating Real Madrid in a few weeks' time, right? I see a lot of people trying to buy tickets and all that. They've never seen Real Madrid before. They want to pay tons of money. Yeah, that's fine. That's cool because you want to see the best players on at the Emirates. Okay, come to the red carpet. But this club better win the league next season. I want to see this Berta guy, right? I don't know much about him, but I'm hearing some good moments about him, right? I want to see people like Isak, Semenyo, these sort of players coming in the summer if we want to win the World Cup in 2026. And our bonus on that is World Cup season. So I want to win the Premier League next season. That is majority. I don't want to have a season where this manager, right? I know I want Arteta out, and I've never been Mikel Arteta's biggest fan, right? But next season, he has to do it. No good finishing 12, 15 points this season, despite challenging for 2 consecutive title challenges on the final day of the season.
Yeah, nah, absolute facts, mate. Absolute facts. I mean, for you, Seb, if we can't secure Isak in the summer because of whatever the reason may be, maybe he will stay at Newcastle. Who would be the next alternative for you in terms of that striker position?
Oh, Victor Gyökeres. What we need is a proper killer, and the person that's ready now and the finished article. That's what I want. I do not want young potential. I don't want any of that nonsense. I want the ready one, ready-made now. And we deserve that after what the club had put us through this season with that, after that January mess up, and all those other years, especially when you're paying big money to go and watch the team. We deserve a top class striker and the ready-made article now. So Gorkarez, we need an absolute killer that's going to guarantee you over 20 goals. That's going to guarantee you. That's going to get. sorry, sorry.
You're good, man. You're good.
That's going to get you out of situations, and be that man that just finds a way when the game's tight. Because at the moment we don't have that. This is what we need. Someone that's ready. That's going to be the difference maker. And for me, Gorkarez is the guy. Yes, Isak would be the guy. I'd also wouldn't mind Lautaro Martinez. I also wouldn't mind him, but not Sesko because, not proven enough for me. Nah. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree with you on Sesko. It's a player that's been hyped up by majority of
he's very overhyped. I'm sure he is a decent player.
Yeah, it's no hate on him as a player. I just think he's so raw. I still think he's got so much to prove, and I think we've gone past that as a football club.
Yeah. We're ready-made one now. The killer
right now, and the killer right now is this guy, Isak. He's the most informed striker out there, in my opinion. Right now, he's been there and done it already. He will come in and hit the ground running. Someone like Sesko, yeah, he's a young player. People may say, "Oh, he's got potential," but we've gone past that. We need to win. We need to win league titles now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you know what Arteta will want. Instead of buying an actual ready-made one, he'll want a versatile one that can just play anywhere across the front three.
Versatile players.
That's what he wants. That's what he likes. That's him. But it doesn't win you the league. It doesn't win you the league.
And that's the point. Yeah, 100% agree, Seb. Because the thing is, look, even this YR says in the chat here, Isak's 1,000% going to Liverpool. I can see him going to Liverpool. Okay, Liverpool might not spend no money, but don't forget, right, months down backwards, right, Liverpool did not spend no money, right? And Trent is probably going to be leaving on a free, right? I'm sure they're going to sell some other players and try and build the squad because Liverpool need 2 attackers, in my opinion.
Well, yeah,
because if Salah leaves or if Trent leaves or
Nunez leaving as well.
Nunez leaves, they're going to need depth. Okay, Jota might leave as well. Personally, I'll take Diego Jota, but only as a squad depth, right? But majority, Arsenal.
Luis Diaz as well, Luca.
Luis Diaz is a baller. Liverpool fans want Diaz out, and I'm thinking, what? Are you crazy? Diaz
I don't understand that. I'll take
Diaz is better. Diaz, right? He's not better than Bukayo Saka, but however, Diaz
Martinelli for me
is better than Martinelli.
Oh, yeah, he's better than Martinelli. Yeah.
Diaz, for me, if Trossard leaves and goes to Saudi, I'd get rid of him and get Diaz as a replacement. Diaz is a much upgrade, right? Liverpool would probably want to send him for a good price value. We can pay that if we want, right? I don't know how much he would be worth, but maybe around 60, 70 million, maybe. Maybe I don't know of anything more. But I just feel like this football club is what Seb said, right, and what Josh said. Sesko, all these sort of names, everyone's gassing him up because he scored so many goals in the German league. It's like Kai Havertz, Timo Werner, all these sort of men, right? And people are saying, oh, Sesko could be the next Haaland. No, he can't. No one can replace Haaland.
Facts.
Haaland was banging it in like this at Dortmund.
He scored 9 goals in one match.
There you go.
So, regardless of that, can Sesko do that? I think Sesko, if he came to the Prem, I think he gets 10 goals.
The problem is, Luca, is people watch Sesko's like YouTube compilations, don't they? And they gas him. He's got a power shot.
Anyone that's on YouTube will look like Messi.
Will look good on YouTube compilations.
That only shows you the best.
You can't compare YouTube compilation without seeing the player in personal life. You can't judge it from judging. If you already know that the player is world class, like an Isak, for instance, then fair enough, it's different, right? But if you're looking at someone like Sesko or anything like that, people are going to hype him up and thinking, oh my God, this Sesko could be this and that. Arteta can get the best out of him, the best looking Spaniard we know. He's not the best looking Spaniard we know. He's a failure, Mikel Arteta. And regardless to that, and he always will fail at this football club, right? So I just feel like Arsenal need to go and get him. And also another thing, people are worried about, oh, if we spend 120 million or 100 million for Isak, we can spend the money. We bought Declan Rice 2 years ago for 105 mil, right?
And we're clear of all the regulations in the summer.
Yeah, exactly.
And we've still got money from Smith Rowe and Eddie Nketiah's money. Yeah,
exactly.
The majority of that, we've got about 65, 70 million. So why can't we not add on the top of that by selling people like Jesus? Well, Jesus can't go because he's injured, but sell people like Zinchenko and Trossard And then people are worried about, we're going to have less squad depth. Well, if it all but means, then maybe keep like a Kivior for another season. That can be good for cover.
The thing is, right? I make you right, but also, what do you guys think about all these rumors saying that we've got a £300 million war chest?
I
Because
think
that's why we heard it on the Wenger, didn't we?
yeah, but
We hear it all the
we hear
time.
it every single season just to hype
Every
up,
year.
to hype the fans up.
You just get the fans on board, ain't it?
I know. We hear it all the time.
We hear it every single season because majority of that, right? People get hyped up and saying, "Oh my god, we have 200, 300," and some people believe it. I don't know if everyone will believe it, but some people will believe and say, "No, we've actually got this and that." Well, if you think that we've got the money, then go and spend it. Spend it properly. Because people say that, oh, Arsenal, this manager can challenge. You've got this and that. Well, not necessarily. Well, it doesn't matter. The past is the past. He may have almost won the league last season, but this season, we're 12, 15 points off Liverpool. This time last year, we were top or challenging, right? And majority of that,
top, yeah.
yeah, we were top, right? At some extent. So technically, majority this season has been is a disaster season, and that Champions League game against Real Madrid, 0% chance we have beaten Real Madrid, right? And I see people were getting all gassy from 2006 saying, "Oh, we can do." Well, this is not 2006. Majority, half of these people weren't even born in 2006.
Lots of things have changed between now and then.
Was 1 year old in 2006.
Yes,
right?
A lot of things have changed between now and then.
Yeah, a lot of things have
and
changed.
Kroenke was not even the owner. Kroenke came as a shareholder in 2007, had shares, and then he took over in 2018 because Usmanov and Lady Brissell Smith sold the shares. But,
exactly.
Yeah, spot on, mate. Absolutely spot on. I mean, listen, I do think we will spend money in the summer, and it could take Arteta to around 900 million or maybe even £1 billion spent as a manager.
You're not Chelsea.
Yeah, but he said look how much he spent now, Luca. 700 million, right?
Yeah, 700 plus million, and we haven't won the league. Look at Liverpool, right?
Liverpool
has spent way less than what.
Yeah.
Doing it.
If Arteta goes another 200 mil in the summer on players, right? He's gonna get near 900 million, and we still ain't won any trophies with his manager yet.
Well, yeah, exactly.
It's embarrassing.
It's crazy. It really is. But you know what the excuses are gonna be? This season, everyone's talking about the injuries as why we didn't win anything.
It's pathetic.
Everyone's saying, "Oh, Arteta's not been giving the players that he's wanted." Well, I mean, that's a load of bollocks for me.
He wanted Moreno. That was him.
Havertz as well.
Havertz, yeah, that was him.
Yeah.
But it's clear these guys were not good enough and weren't what we needed.
Yeah, 100%. Right, let's move, guys, to the next story I want to share today. And it's an interesting one, in fact. Now, you guys can see the screen, yeah?
Gabriel.
Gabriel, yes, because reported today by Ben Jacobs saying Al Nassr planning an ambitious summer bid for Gabriel, have already made initial approach to the player. Arsenal unlikely to even consider offers under 100 million euros, and the club's firm preference is for him to extend his current contract. When you put into, and we are going to talk about Saliba, Saka, and a few others in a minute in terms of new contracts, right? But when you look into Gabriel's point of view right now, do you guys see him, signing this new contract?
Oh yeah, definitely. I could see him staying.
I hope so.
I hope he does, because I read somewhere that apparently someone in the comments somewhere was saying that with Saliba leaves, people are saying that he'll follow his footsteps. I think Gabriel stays. I think 100% he does stay at the club, because I think he's very happy the way. Okay, we're not going anywhere by winning trophies, but obviously you can see the progression, and I think Gabriel for me would 100% stay, because when you say it's under 100 million, right?
No, over, sorry.
Oh, over 100 million, yeah. Sorry. Do Arsenal take that gamble and consider selling? Do you feel like people...
Would you, Seb, if 100 million came in from Saudi, would you turn it down for Gabriel?
Yeah, I wouldn't sell him, man. I wouldn't sell him. Because the thing is, I do not want to break up that Saliba and Gabriel partnership. You can't break that up, because it's just resolute. It's just assured. Because when you start breaking it up, is when you just don't know how things are going to go. Because the thing is, we've got a strength there at the back. Now we need it. Now we need it in the attack. We need to build on that. We can't just break it up and then fix another area.
Why should we go back to that situation where we had Mustafi in November?
Yeah, because remember when the thing is that in these times when we've actually had really good strikers, the defenders have been no good. And then when we've had good defenders, the strikers now we've got a great defence, but the strikers are no good. We do not want to be going back round that cycle because that doesn't win you titles either. So we've got to build on that. You can't break that up. You can't. You just can't, especially when something is working and it's so tight. You just got to maintain it. I don't think Gabriel will go. I know, of course, we heard this rumor before the start of last season, and that was the reason why Gabriel didn't start those first few games because his head was turned with that. But then once it was all done, then Gabriel got his head down, got going, and improved from strength to strength. I personally think he's been our best defender this season. I think he has.
Oh yeah,
Saliba's been excellent as well. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's him. So I do think he'll stay, but seriously, we should not be entertaining any offers for this guy. We really shouldn't. We can't be keeping him at all cost, as well as Saliba. So now.
I'm with you there 100%. I feel, as you rightly said, I think that's one of the main points. You don't want to break that partnership up at any cost because, for me, we've not had a partnership that good probably since the days of Tony Adams, would you say?
Yeah.
Those days.
Well, with Invincibles, Torre and Campbell, that was a great partnership.
Yeah.
Since then,
which is, and how good the defense has been in the recent seasons for Arsenal has massively improved, as we know.
100%.
And I look at it this way as well, right? How hard would it be to replace these centre backs as well? Because I don't think right now there's many out there realistically that we can go and get if Gabriel's leaving.
Well, there's Mark Gahey from Palace, who everyone wants. But he's not. Oh no, I think them two and Van Dijk are the best three.
The only defender who I think
is Bastoni, Luca.
Yeah, you just said it.
Bastoni. Yeah.
I don't know.
Honestly, right, he's the best out there in terms of, apart from Premier League. I think Gabriel and Saliba have been, in terms of a pairing, have been the best in the recent years. I mean, you could say Van Dijk and Kanai.
Yeah, they've been good. Yeah,
they're up there as well. But I don't think nobody comes. I look at Man City, and I don't think they come anywhere close.
No,
the way ours one do.
No.
It's only us and Liverpool, really. What other defenses really come close? To be honest, I think the Nottingham Forest defense this season, Mikhailovic and Murillo have been very, very good.
Yeah.
But I still don't think they've been on Gabriel and Saliba's level. So if we were to get rid of someone like Gabriel, and honestly, I agree with you, Seb. I think he's been better than Saliba this season.
Because don't forget, if you sell Gabriel, especially when you're trying to tie down players like Saka, Saliba, and all that, he just sends out the wrong message. It really does. You want to be sending out a good message, so these players will sign, and they want to see that there's a proper pathway to winning trophies. That's what they want to see. Otherwise, these players are not going to sign. And when you start selling players like this, it will send out a bad message. So we do not want to be going down that route. And that was why Robin Van Persie back in the day didn't sign, because he saw we were selling the likes of Fabregas and Nasri. It was sending out a bad message. That's how he saw it. So you don't want to be doing the same here. So we've got to be keeping our best assets and actually build better so we can go better. You don't want to be getting rid and then trying to replace in different areas with better, because all it does is soften the blow. It doesn't move you forward. So no, don't send out bad messages, especially if you want your top players like Saka, like Saliba, like Odegaard to renew.
How long do you think they'll put up with winning nothing though?
I don't know.
That's the problem.
I don't know. I really honestly don't know. And this is what concerns me. And this is why people have got to stop accepting mediocrity and accepting this, because these players they're not going to hang around for much longer if we don't start winning, because it's their careers and they are short. They want to be winning. We've heard Declan Rice come out multiple times saying, we have to win a trophy this season. We have to win a trophy this season. Have to win a trophy this season. Because they ain't going to stay around if we do not start winning. They're not as loyal to the club as us fans. They're not. So this is why you cannot keep accepting all this, because these players do not accept that. Do not accept that for much longer. And Harry Kane eventually found that out. That he's saying, "Now I've got to move on, otherwise I'm not going to win. I'm not going to win anything." So he moved. And other players with us have done it in the past. That's why Thierry Henry left, because he knew we weren't going to win the Prem.
As well.
Yeah, we weren't going to win the Prem. He wanted to win another Prem. He knew we weren't going to win it again under him. That's why he had to go. Van Persie as well.
Yeah.
He knew there was no pathway to winning the Prem, so that's why he went. Fabregas wanted to win the league, didn't do it. Off he went. And Sanchez wanted to win the Premier League, and we were doing like this, becoming the nearly men, and he got tired of it. And these players will eventually get tired of it. They will not accept this for much longer. And I can see Saka doing the same thing. Yes, he may be Arsenal through the academy.
Oh, so you think Bukayo Saka is going to leave?
You can take.
You think?
I know he's an ambitious guy. I know Saka is.
But you think Saka's going to leave? Where would Saka go then? Would he go to Liverpool? Would he go to Man City?
Well, if he doesn't see a pathway that we're going to win, he will eventually. Because don't forget, now we've come to the time now where we have to renew his contract, because he's coming into his final 2 years. But the only way he'll say he wants to be convinced that he is going to win the trophies at Arsenal. He's had his years when he's developing and all that. Yes, and he's about to hit his prime now, because he's going into like 24, 25. You do not want to be finishing your career with regret. You don't. And if the big clubs will come in for him, you will get them. They will come. They're coming.
Of course, that's what you'll do.
They're coming. And then if he doesn't see that Arsenal have an ambition, he'll say, "You know what? I've been here long enough now. I wanted to win. It hasn't quite worked off. It's now trying to do it somewhere else." We don't want to be these players who get into that mind. And yes, of course, if Liverpool come in with a plan, if City come in with a plan of some sort, if Real Madrid or PSG come in with a plan and he sees somewhere to win, he's going to take it. The thing is, we've got to be putting these players in a position where they don't take it, where they know they can do it at Arsenal. And this is where I get onto these fans saying, stop accepting mediocrity, because otherwise these players will move on, and then we'll be behind again. Then we'll be going back down this situation where we're losing our best players, and then it'll be much harder for us to come back and win the league.
And we could be a team like we were when we finished 8th.
Exactly. We do not want to be going down that route. And this is why, when I question this manager, and this is why I don't accept second best and the nearly men. I don't. I want to be winning, because I've seen this team win titles, win FA Cups, get to European finals. This is Arsenal Football Club here. One of the biggest in the world, and the third biggest in the country. Remember what we are and what we represent. None of this phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 nonsense. It's time to win. Did you hear what Jens Lehmann said on TalkSport? But don't get me wrong, I can't stand that channel, that radio station. That station is full of a bunch of scrubs that know absolutely nothing about football and in it for great. I can't stand them. But I did listen to what Jens Lehmann had to say. And he said it how it is. When he was asked about Arteta, he said, Arteta's done well to get himself out of jail, to get himself out of trouble. And yes, he's done a good job for over the years to get his team competing. But now it's time to win. All that now can't go under the carpet. Now he's got to be winning, and he's spot on, because you know what, he's been there and he's done it with Arsenal. He's seen us. He was part of our Invincibles.
That's why
exactly. And he's not one of these clickbaits that just goes along with the gang. He says it how it is. So I listened to it, and I said, you know what, you're bang on. And I know for doubt he doesn't think Arteta's the guy to take us forward. Because last summer he also said, I have doubts over Arteta. This team should have won the league twice. So when these people speak, Thierry Henry would say the same thing. When they speak, you must listen.
Yeah, no, that's what I was gonna say as well. With I feel like a lot of even our ex players, a lot of them have gone for the money, mate. In terms of like they're on the payroll. Yeah,
Mm.
I look at players like I look at players. I look at like pundits like Omri, for example. Omri on CBS said, right? This guy says how it is.
He does.
Before the
He has
PSV
doubts over Arteta. There, people attack. There's people
yeah,
slack him off.
people saying Seb that Omri is jealous of Arteta.
Why? How? How? What's Arteta won?
Facts.
Look at what Henri has got a statue outside the Emirates. And when people mention Arsenal, what are they going to remember more? Thierry Henry or Mikel Arteta? Come on, people. Come on.
Absolute facts, mate. He's the one with the statue outside of the stadium, not Arteta.
Exactly. Arteta's never going to get a statue. No, he will never get one. Even if he does eventually win a title, hopefully he does with Arsenal, he wouldn't get a statue. Because Wenger's done it for years. Herbert Chapman did it for years. Henri won multiple. Bergkamp won multiple. Tony Adams won multiple. Arteta's not going to win multiple titles, and in fact, I'm still convinced he's going to win us one.
And then
you don't know if he is.
The worst thing I saw with it is you had our own fans saying Henri don't know what he's talking about. The guy that gets a club legend of Henri.
Oh man, I know.
For our football club over this manager. Why is this manager so overprotected?
I don't know.
I don't get
it. Some people are just in love with him. Yes, of course you want him to succeed, just like I do, just like Luca does, just like Josh does, because we love Arsenal. Not because we love him, because we love Arsenal. The club is the star. The club comes first. But yeah, I don't know why this manager is just so protective and all that. I just don't know. The thing is, yes, he was a decent player, but he wasn't. He doesn't go down as like the top 100 in the top 100 best players ever to play for this club. He doesn't go down in the top 5, top 10 best midfielders to play for this club. He was a good, decent player. And yes, you don't have to be an amazing player to be a good manager. I get that, yes. But what we need to see now, we have to start delivering. He has been backed big time by this board, 700 million. And people can come out last summer of January saying he wasn't backed. But look how much he's been backed over the years. It all comes into context. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe because he was an ex-player of the club and probably a player that ended our trophy drought and captain that ended our trophy drought and all that. But I honestly don't know. Or maybe they're just impressed with the journey. Look how far he's taken us. Other managers would have failed, which is a load of nonsense. I don't think any. I honestly don't. I don't know. People have to at some point have to say, you know what, enough's enough. You have to change, no matter how hard or whether you like it or not. The club comes first, not one player to manager.
The club does come first.
100%. It's the star.
Because majority is, I don't know why they like slag all our legends off, where all these legends pretty much won the league title in 2004. They know how to win. And if these players were still around 20 years later, 21 years later, majority, we would probably get the title over the line with these sort of players.
Definitely. Absolutely. You've got to listen to people that have been here and done it. And yes, there are a few of our ex-legends that have come out and been infested with this process, like Martin Keown. Yeah. And I'm shocked at him because he used to demand nothing but 100%. He used to argue with everyone. He wasn't putting it. And I'm shocked at him. Yeah, especially when after that Leicester game, he went to Van Nistelrooy and said sorry for back in the day. No. What are you sorry for? That guy.
He says
that sums it up. That sums it up.
Right. Next one I want to quickly talk about is a few new other contract situations with this guy, man like Saka. So yeah, Arsenal tied down their top English stars such as Ethan Nwaneri, Bukayo Saka, and Miles Lewis-Skelly to new contract extensions coming today by this guy called Gary Jacob. I mean, Saka to sign a new. I mean, we'll start off him. I expect him to stay at Arsenal. What do you guys think about Saka new contract?
I'll let you go first. Luca.
Oh, thank you. Look, for me, I think Bukayo Saka for me is 100% going to stay at Arsenal because What we want to see from Bukayo Saka is, look, we all know how important Bukayo Saka is. I don't need to go into that. But one thing I will say is, I do think he will sign that contract because majority he's Arsenal through and through. And what Seb did say a couple of moments ago, is that if we don't see anything within the next 2-3 seasons, maybe if he does sign that contract, maybe he will end up leaving because no, I don't see Bukayo Saka leaving. I think he's very, very committed. I think if he did ever leave Arsenal, I think I could see him maybe going to another Premier League club. I don't see him going to
Do you think
Europe.
so? Another Premier League club?
Yeah, I do. I do. I
It
do.
is possible. Oh, yeah.
It is possible, and I think look, for me, I don't see that happening. I think he's Arsenal through and through. But if it did ever happen, I could see him going to somewhere like Liverpool resistance
Oh
to
my
replace Mohamed Salah, and he's probably the closest that can replace Mohamed Salah. I'm not saying he's better than Salah. I think Salah's way better than Bukayo Saka, but I think he's the closest that can
Yeah.
replace him. But majority of that, I think he will sign that contract. I think sources are telling me that I think he will end up signing another. When's his contract expire?
2 years. He comes into the final 2 years.
So 2027. I reckon he'll end up staying maybe till 2029. Resistance, maybe something like that. I think he'll sign another 2-year extension, which brings up to 4 years. And he's so important to the team, Bukayo Saka, because I'll look forward to seeing him back. And this is another thing.
Yeah, I was literally going to ask that question, Luca. Like, hold that thought, yeah, because I'll come to that next. I'll ask you next, yeah. I want to quickly get Seb, what Seb thinks about, is he going to stay or sign a new contract for you?
I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know. I don't know. I think he'll definitely be here next season, but
Yeah.
whether he'll actually put pen to paper, I don't know. I think he wants it, and he now needs to see trophies now because I know he's an ambitious guy. But yes, he's Arsenal through and through. But at the same time, he is an ambitious guy because I know he hates it when we don't win things. He hates it. So
Look at
I think he needs to be convinced. He's going to wait. I think what he'll do. He'll wait and see what Arsenal do this summer, who we sign, what the plan is, what the ambition is.
Yeah.
And then if he sees a pathway and he's happy with it, he'll sign. But if he's slightly unsure about it, he won't sign. He'll wait it out. I think he wants to be seeing things now. So I don't know. I don't know. The thing is, there's only so much you can take because he has signed 2 contracts since we last won something. He signed 2. So and that's as many as people are probably going to take. They're not really going to keep swallowing it. And
I think there's something. Sorry to interrupt, but
right.
Even if this is going to be a long-term or a short-term deal, majority of that, why don't we not give players like we did with Chelsea, like 6-7 years?
Oh, he won't sign that long, but I'll do it. Yeah,
but not do that. That's something where we've not.
They won't do that. They've never. But I certainly would. But the thing is, I remember when Haaland did it at Man City. I think that was mad. But I think with Haaland because he knows he can do it there. He knows he'll be absolutely safe there. Well, Saka needs guarantees that we are going to win. He needs assurances. Otherwise, because let's be honest, every club in the world would love to have him. Every club in the world,
anyone would take it.
Absolutely, any team in world football.
I think he is world class player for me.
Yeah, I think he is.
I honestly think. I think we had this conversation, Luca, the other day. I think he walks into every single Premier League team.
I think he is. Ever since Rio Ferdinand came out with that myth, I think that's when
he's world class.
He is.
He's world class. He's probably the closest to replace Mohamed Salah.
Yeah.
Yes, agreed.
Top 4.
But he wants this. He needs to be seen this.
I think for me, what happens is, and Melina said this in the comments just now, I can see it, Saka, Gabriel. So I think Saliba stays for another 2 years.
Really?
Yeah, I think maybe.
I really hope you're right, mate. I really hope.
2 years. Gabriel, I think he'll stay, and I think Bukayo Saka will stay. I'm hearing Partey and Jorginho are going to leave.
Time for them to move on. To be fair,
I think Partey needs to go.
They've got to move on.
I think Partey needs to go. I think we need to. I think there is players out there who can replace Thomas Partey, but it's whether who they're going to get. Jorginho, I think it's good for him to go. Doesn't even get in the international squad anymore. So
Time for him to move on.
basically, he's pretty much retired. Vieira and this is the thing. I don't want Arsenal to sign all these players like Vieira's, the Nelsons, and the Congas into. How
No,
is Tavares still at this football club? And he's been with us since 2022.
because
right?
we can't get because we put him on silly wages, so we can't get rid of him. See, this is the problem when you put these. We've got a habit of putting these players on huge wages, which messes us up. Zinchenko was only on 20 a week at City. Now he's on something like 140 at Arsenal. Havertz, he's on 265. He wasn't anywhere near that at Chelsea. See, this is the problem. Remember Eddie? That was why before we struggled to get rid of him because we put him on 100 grand a week.
Yeah.
It's just, see, there's also this that you've got to think of. And when you put people in that sort of money, it's going to disrupt the harmony because then players are going to be like, oh, I'm on that sort of money. Why am I on that sort of money? So you don't screw up this wage bill, something that Ivan Gazidis did.
Oh,
He completely messed it up.
He
really was. That was awful. But we don't want all this coming back. And this is why I'm happy that we've got this new director because he knows what it's like to win.
Yeah, this new director knows what he's doing. And
yeah, he does. And I want him. Sorry.
But this director's not going to sack Mikel Arteta. It's going to come down to the ownership.
Yes. No. I don't think he's in a position where he can sack him.
He
can't. He'll just. The thing is, if he doesn't get on with the manager or doesn't agree with the ideas, he'll just go. And this is what I don't want. I do not want this director going because he can't get on with Arteta and the hierarchy. I think I said this on this last show last week. I want him, and I want a new guy director to get most of the say regarding transfers. I want him to challenge Arteta and expose this guy. I want him to get to have most of the say. And Arteta needs to work with him because that's how football should be nowadays. Is that you should have a director that has most of the say, gets the transfers in. If a certain targets that Arteta wants, yes, have a few. And then the ball go out and get them because that's how football should run. We should not be in this old-fashioned way where a manager has full control because that's not how football works nowadays. Not even at Pep doesn't have full control. Not even at Real Madrid, Don Carlo doesn't have full control because that's not how football works. It's not like when Arsene Wenger had it all, and I thought that was wrong, having full control over everything. So it's great that we are getting in this director, but I want him to get the full control, and Arteta better work with him. Better, because if he walks because he can't get on with the manager or the hierarchy, then that will highlight who the real problem is.
So, I wanted to ask just on Saka in terms of, there's been a lot of talk about, should he be rushed? Should he be back for the Real Madrid game? I mean, where you guys at? If there's an opportunity where he was to come back, would you actually play this guy?
I think for me, no, I don't think so. Because people can call me delusional in the chat, and I would not play Bukayo Saka against Real Madrid. No, because you never know. Look, I'm not saying he will, and we said this on the podcast with me, you, and Rory on Monday. Bukayo Saka, for me, you don't want him to turn into a Michael Owen. He might not turn into a Michael Owen, but you don't know what's going to happen, right? He might get the luck, and Bukayo Saka is coming back ahead of schedule. Right, this guy is a strong athlete. I personally think he was never going to play again, right, until next season, right? But Bukayo Saka, for me, I'd not play him against Real Madrid because I want this guy to be super fit, get a full pre-season again, then of course play the Emirates Cup if it does happen this summer, and then of course go into the brand new season in August. I don't want to see this manager. This manager has gone and burnt out these sort of players. Even playing Bukayo Saka during the previous international breaks. And I know there was one stage he didn't play in the international break, which is cool, and he's not going to play in this one. But Bukayo Saka, for me, no, I don't want him playing against Real Madrid. No way. No way. And I know he's our best player, and I know when he comes into the side, he's very good with assists, corners, crosses, and all that. Set pieces, he's very good. But I would not play Bukayo Saka till next season because even if he does play, I don't think we beat Real Madrid, regardless. Because we don't have Havertz, we don't have Jesus, we don't have a fully fit squad, and we didn't get a striker in the transfer window, right? where we have failed in 2 transfer windows now, right? The summer of signing Sterling and majority of the January. No, Bukayo Saka for me, no, I would not play him against Real Madrid.
Mm. Because the problem is, if you, the worst comes to worst, and this guy comes back, you play him. You know, he just had a torn hamstring. You know what I'm
Yeah,
trying to say? If he breaks down again, it won't look pretty, mate.
he won't look pretty, and he could be out for next season.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. You know, we have to really manage these players like this, man. Like,
And
he's
they're
had a,
saying he could be on the bench against Fulham. We don't need him against Fulham. I know Fulham. I know we haven't beaten Fulham for 2 seasons, but we should have enough to beat Fulham this time around. If we do beat them, we've got Martinelli back, right? And Martinelli's not injured; he's fine. And Martinelli, right, is going to come back at the right time. Hopefully, we see the Martinelli from now to the end of the season. Ethan didn't start against Chelsea, but he came on, and hopefully the under-21s he scores, shows what he has to do, right? We've got enough to beat Fulham at home at the Emirates.
yeah. What do you think, Seb? I mean, if Saka came back against Real Madrid, would you play him?
It's a really, really difficult one because Luca does make a really fair point. Such a difficult one, but if I don't know.
It's tough, ain't it?
If
It really is.
the thing is, you always want to use Bukayo Saka when you can, and I think that could be the difference to be whether we beat Real Madrid or not. I think that could be the difference because he's that good. But I just don't want that to be his first game. I want him to get a few minutes against Fulham, a few minutes against Everton
Yeah, you
before
got
a big
easy
intensity game. Before a big intensity game like that, and if there is every chance that you can use him, knowing that he's fully 100% fit and ready, then yeah, you do use him. But
Mm.
I just know that what this manager's like, and he'll rush him back, and because it's such a difficult one. It's such a difficult one because, of course, you want your star players to be playing when they can, and if he is fit, then yeah, you probably would. But at the same time, like you said, Luca's right.
Mm.
You don't want him to go down again, and then he could miss the start of next season, and you don't want that, and for him to be turned into Michael Owen because that could easily break or make his career. But it's a really, really difficult one.
No, it is, and you know, for me, I look at it thinking if this guy gets maybe because we have, I think, is it 2 games before the first leg against Madrid, two Premier
Yes.
League games.
Sorry.
Fulham, is it 2 Premier League games
Yeah,
before?
Fulham and Everton, then it's Real Madrid, and
Yeah,
then Brentford in between. Brentford.
if he's back on the bench, get him off the bench for those games. Give him a run out to see easy this guy back in. But if we're talking about, oh no, he's not been back in until if you tell him his first start's going to be against Real Madrid in that big Champions League game,
You can't do
not
that.
for me. Yeah, not for me. Big up Cooper, by the way. Just quickly, thank you so much, Cooper, for the super chat there. Absolute legend every single time, man. He says, don't risk playing Saka. Simple as that, really. And this is a thing, like, we need this guy because, you know, Saka for me, every single season is he's getting better every single season for me. If we're not careful with this guy, he's came back, you know, he's had a really horrible injury, and we're willing to fry him and start him in the game against Real Madrid in the Champions League quarter final, a high pressure game. After he hasn't played in when was the last game he played? Forest?
Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace, yeah, Crystal Palace, you're right. Not for me. I hear it. I know the impact he can make. And yes, I do think we would have a much better chance with Saka against Real Madrid in the first leg. I think he's shown that against Bayern Munich last season, where he stepped up, and he does step up in the big games because Saka. But you've got to look at it. The guy's had a torn hamstring injury. If we're not careful, this guy does it again. This could be worse than it seems for the long run. I'm talking about. Yeah, big up Cooper. Thank you so much for the super chat there as well, man. So yeah, I mean, you lot all think that Saka, Saliba, Gabriel, they're all going to sign new deals.
Yeah, I do because look, I think Saliba will probably stay for next season. I think because there was a rumor going around, Real Madrid are not looking at a centre back for this summer. They're going to look for next year.
We
And
hear this all the time. They'll come in. We hear this all the time.
yeah,
Remember when all that Ronaldo saga? They said they weren't going to come for him, and that summer they did.
yeah, they did.
So
Eventually, they did. So
they did.
I
So
think
you
Saliba
can't
stays.
necessarily.
I think Saliba stays for one more year. Saka and Gabriel sign.
I hope so. I don't know. I can't comment.
If we don't win anything next season, I think Saliba's gone. Which can he be replaced? Would you have Bastoni and Gabriel
No,
together?
no.
Because personally, there's not anyone who you can
I
replace.
would.
Saliba's untouchable.
Can't.
There's
Like
that,
people
that's
say
how
that
good he is,
Tony
though, isn't
Adams
it?
can
Sorry.
be replaceable.
That's how good he is as a centre back.
Oh,
There's not
he's unreal.
who's
He
out
is.
there realistic that we can go and get that that's going
I
to replace
don't
Saliba.
know.
Anyone
I
out
don't
there?
know.
You can't get anyone out there. That's the
Well,
I
problem.
don't know.
You can't. He's that good. He's that
And
good.
plus, I know he'll want a right-footed centre back. I know he'll want that if he was to replace. I don't know. Like I said, there's Mark Gahey, but he's left-footed. But Mark Gahey, I think he'll be on the move.
Yeah, but Mark Gay's not Saliba replacement.
No,
He has a mistake in him. He's a good defender.
I
But
think he will. I think he will move this summer, but I don't think he'll be to Arsenal. Gahey.
I think he goes to Chelsea.
I think he goes to Newcastle.
I think he played for Chelsea, but
I
maybe
think he goes to Newcastle,
Who's this?
or even Liverpool if Van Dijk goes.
Mark Gay.
Wait, who's this?
Mark Gahey,
Palace defender.
Oh, Mark
He's-
Gay.
because he's the one we constantly keep getting linked
I think
to.
he's a good player, man.
Oh, he's a great player,
I think he's a
but
really good player, but he ain't Saliba level for me.
nah. Oh no,
No.
Saliba's
The only guy who I think can replace Saliba is two players,
Bastoni.
Bastoni and Mataro from Real Madrid.
Who?
Mataro from Real Madrid.
Yeah, Matara's great.
Mataro.
Yeah, he's great.
From
Who's
Real Madrid.
Mataro?
From Real
Mataro.
Madrid.
Militano. The Real
Oh,
Militano, yeah.
You mean Militao?
He's
You
class.
Militao,
Yeah.
the Brazilian guy.
Yeah.
He's class.
Yeah, but isn't he injury prone?
Yeah, he is. But who else is there? Did you go and get the Barcelona defender?
Who?
One play for Dortmund?
Jules Conde.
Conde's not as good.
No, what's his name?
Araujo. Araujo.
Yeah.
He's decent, yeah, but
He ain't no Saliba level, mate.
no.
Yeah,
He is good, yeah.
The only one out there I'd probably say is Bastoni Luca, who we
Bastoni,
watch all the
yeah.
time
There's no one else.
because of how good he is on the ball as well.
Rudiger?
Oh, good player, but
I don't know. He'll be very hard to replace if you do, if he was to go. But this is where the club needs to come in and show their ambition. This is where, because again, he's going to go if he doesn't see, he isn't convinced that we're going to win things. It's all good to them saying, yes, I'm happy, but we need them to sign, and they need it to happen eventually. Otherwise, we are going to go.
Well, yeah, 100%.
It's all good, and this is why I cannot comment to whether a player will sign or not. I can't, because we should have won something by now. How long are these players going to persist with it? I don't know.
yeah.
This is why I don't comment on. Yes, he'll definitely sign. Yes, he won't.
If we would have won something last season,
No, then they sign.
They
Then
sign.
they sign. Because careers are short. Then they would have signed by now. I don't know. I honestly do not know.
Yeah. We've got another story here from this journalist in Brazil, I'm pretty sure. So Jorginho has apparently arrived in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. It's believed that he's to meet with Flamengo officials as he plans for his move this summer. I think this is pretty obvious one. I think he needs to move on.
Yeah, he's gone. He's gone, and I think he should move on now. I think his time's done. He has been a good servant. I know we've had not very many from Chelsea and we've had loads from Chelsea that have just been total disasters.
Yeah,
but this one hasn't been. This one's actually been a pretty decent one. This one hasn't been. But yeah, it is time for him to move on.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I don't think he's been that bad of a player. I think other than was it the Tottenham game where he made that mistake, that 2-2
Yeah.
draw? Other than that game, I think he's been all right for Arsenal.
Yeah, he has.
He's gave that experience, that level of
Yeah.
experience that he's, because he's won quite a few trophies, Jorginho. Let's not forget that.
Oh yeah, his CV's excellent. Euros, Champions League. His CV's excellent. All he actually needs is a Premier League.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
exactly.
all he needs, and his CV's pretty much perfect.
Remember, he had the, I think, was it last season when he played with Declan Rice, that run of games against Liverpool, against Newcastle.
Yeah, he did.
He looked fantastic in
And when he
these.
came in to replace Partey a couple of seasons ago, we were all scared, but he actually came in and we didn't miss him. We didn't rush him back. Yes, I know we lost to City in that time where we probably did miss him, but after then he was just brilliant against Villa. Villa excellent, and Fulham excellent, Palace excellent. We didn't have to rush Partey back. And then there was times we were playing Partey at right back, which and then played it to play him in midfield, which don't get me started about that. But yeah, he has been a good servant, but it's time to move on.
What do you think, Luca Jorginho to
I think
Flamengo?
for me, with Jorginho, look, he's been a good servant. When we first signed him, and this was an Edu signing. We were
Yeah,
after Caicedo in 2023
that's
transfer,
true. Yeah,
right?
Yeah, we were.
Jorginho signed in the 2022-2023 season. Jorginho has got experience. His best game in an Arsenal shirt was that Newcastle game when we last won at St James's Park.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
He was quality in that game, and even that strike against Villa, which came off Martinez's own goal. And he's been a good servant to the club. He's one of those players who can do a job. But now he's on his way to Flamengo. Now he's going back to Brazil. And originally, Jorginho was Brazilian. So that's why he chose to play for Italy, for the nation. And Jorginho, for me, is now retired from international duty. And I think he's been a good servant to the club, but it's about time we get rid of him because we now need to stop signing all these old, experienced players. That's something where we need to do. And look, in the summer, when we do talk about, yes, we know that the striker is going to be our number one target, but we're going to need midfielders as well. We're going to need to replace Partey.
Definitely.
Zubimendi looks like it. What is he going to be, the Partey replacement?
I'd have him. I
don't
think he's
think-
big. I think he's excellent. I've seen lots of him. He's
I think
he's
Zubimendi's
Roger.
quality.
Sorry.
you think he's better than Partey?
Well, different type of player. Partey's more box to box, while Zubimendi's more deep line, and Zubimendi's like a Rodri type player that can break up the player, can string of passes. Yeah, I think he's excellent. I wanted this guy. I've wanted him for a while.
Martin Zubimendi's quality. I think what you said is right and bang on because for me, I would have loved someone like. I think we need more than Zubimendi. I think we need another midfielder. I would have loved maybe someone like Kimmich, but Kimmich is set to sign a new deal at Bayern.
Stayed at Bayern, yeah.
Yeah, he signed his thing. Yeah.
So I think Arsenal are going to need another midfielder alongside Zubimendi. I'd go for someone like Camavinga in the summer or Tchouaméni.
Yeah, that'd be great. But
probably
I can't see us getting both.
How do you leave Real Madrid?
If there was an experienced guy I would take as well, it's Goretzka. He's someone I would take.
That's a good shout.
He's I reckon this summer he'll be available.
And I think we need Fatina as well, but I think Fatina's more.
What about Bruno Guimaraes?
Yes. Oh yeah. If we can again, that will cost.
He could be available. Sources were saying that he could be available for 60 million if Newcastle don't get Champions League football. You smack 60 million on Guimaraes, but it's whether it's true or not.
I don't know. I still think you have to go to 100. I still think you have to go for that. But yeah, if we signed him, then again that will be another statement signing.
What about this one from Cooper? He says, "Do you keep Zinni to play in the midfield? He's been good there." If you play in midfield, I'll keep him.
To be fair, I actually love Zinchenko. I am a fan of his. I just don't really feel he's really a left back, and I think he does get a lot of stick, which is understandable considering his position. But yeah, I think he's a great player, but I think he'll be gone in the summer. And if a good offer does come for him, I still think he's someone we can get value for. So, and he's probably one of the players in the team I would still sacrifice. But yeah, I'll actually prefer a proper like another number 10. I probably wouldn't have him. If he was to replace like someone like Odegaard or someone to give competition to Odegaard, I'm still not convinced he's the guy to do it. So, but I do really like him. But I feel maybe it's gone past him now. So yeah, we'll wait and see. That'll be interesting to see what happens, but I do expect him to go.
What about you, Luca?
I think for me with Jorginho, personally, look, I think he's going to be gone anyway, regardless, Jorginho.
No, no,
And
no,
it-
no.
oh,
Zinchenko,
Zinchenko, sorry,
Zinchenko. I
I
mean,
missed off. Zinchenko for me, I think Zinchenko, yeah, I think he's gone. The PSV game, what we saw, right, with Zinchenko, he done very, very well in midfield. He done very well in midfield, and even Pep Guardiola, he played him in the midfield position. But I know Zinny will leave, and I personally think at the time when we did sign Zinchenko in the 2022-2023 season, he was a Premier League winner at Manchester City, and he was a good signing at the time because I think we paid 35 million for the guy, and but I just feel like defensively he's not been that good. Zinchenko. The only thing I say good about Zinchenko, he's got qualities off the pitch, bit of leadership, but as a
Yeah,
footballer,
yeah.
defensively, he's not good enough, and he's not a defender. He's a midfielder, and I think it's best to get rid of him. I do. I think we need to look for a replacement. I think Zinchenko will end up going to somewhere like Germany for assistance. But wish him good luck, Zinchenko. I think it's the right move for him to go.
yeah, I think I watched him against. I mean, you guys saw him against PSV, right? When he played in the midfield role
Yeah,
in that 2-2 game in the second leg. I thought he looked brilliant there, man.
yeah.
But the
He had a good game against PSV Eindhoven. Like he was quality in that game.
mm, that's the thing. But and he plays there for his country as well. Do you know what I mean? Like he plays there
Yeah.
for Ukraine. That's his actual position, is midfield.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So if we're talking about keeping him as a midfielder, then yeah, as another option there, I'd keep him there as another midfielder.
Yeah, but if you keep him for another midfielder, will Mikel Arteta end up using him as a midfielder? Because I think that has to go down to the root. Because are we even going to have a look at left backs in the summer as well? Because Tomiyasu is going to be leaving as well.
He won't go in. He won't go in the summer because he's out until like October, November. So he
What, do
won't
you
go.
think Tommy will stay? You don't think?
Well,
But no one's going to take him. I'm sure Arsenal would sanction the sale, but don't forget he's injured until November because he had to have the operation. So he's gone for like he'll be injured to the start of next season as well. So no one's going to take him.
Well, who's going to be going in? Because Sinchenko's going to go.
I reckon Kivior will go. I think he'll move on. I think he'll move on.
Tierney's gone to Celtic.
Yeah, Tierney's gone. Tierney and Kivior, I think, will go.
Will definitely go.
But I would sell Tommy Ashley, but he won't go because
Congo will go.
Yeah, he needs to go.
He needs to go.
Gone.
He ain't good enough.
Gone.
There was a report today that
Vieira.
Still want to keep
Sorry?
him. Yeah,
Fabio
Fabio
Vieira.
Vieira needs to go.
Yeah, gone. Go.
Yeah, Fabio
Not
Vieira
good
needs to
enough.
leave.
Not
Luca,
good
you're
enough.
not good
Gone.
enough, mate.
No, gone. Not good enough.
But I'll leave them.
Luca, you're not good enough, mate. Fabio Vieira lookalike.
I'll deactivate my YouTube channel tomorrow.
Of all people, Luca, mate. It's crazy.
We need better if we want to win titles. We can't be relying on Fabio Vieira and the Conga and to stay around.
How many positions do you guys generally think that we need in the summer?
I think 5 or 6.
Wow.
Yeah, 6 minimum. 6.
You see, the thing is, this is another rebuild that we're going to have to need because another backup goalkeeper is going to have to come in.
Van Garcia is our keeper.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay.
Nico Williams is probably going to happen. Zubimendi as well.
Yeah.
And
I'm happy with those signings. A striker, I want Gorkarest or Isak.
This is what I think will happen. I'm only predicting, right? I think it would be Zubimendi, Garcia, Williams, Sesko.
I'm not sure about Sesko.
Sesko ruins that line. Sesko ruins that signing out of those all.
He does.
There's so many better strikers out there than Sesko.
Yeah.
There's so many out there. You can go and
don't forget, most other clubs are going to need a new striker. Liverpool's going to need one. United's going to need one. Chelsea's going to need one as well as us. So lots of clubs will be in for a new striker. So we've got to get that one right.
I think Chelsea get Victor Osimhen in the summer. They've been looking in for ages.
He's someone I take right now.
Yeah, I would.
Proper proven and all that.
Would you take Ollie Watkins?
Yeah,
Yeah. I
I
still
would.
Even that age, because
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about the age all the time, people. All about the age all the
No,
time.
yeah, but
take
look
it.
at Ollie Watkins.
Listen,
Look
I
how
rather
good
Ollie
he-
Watkins than
January
Tesco.
signing.
Look how good he's Premier League proven, and
Yeah,
look
he's
how
probably-
good he's
yeah.
been.
But when we signed the Bamiyang, we signed
He
the
was
Bamiyang at
28.
that sort of age.
When we signed Ian Wright, he was 28 as
And then
well.
we got some good, and we got good years out of him. Some good years.
But Ollie Watkins, right, was an opportunity to take in January. This summer, you have to go for people like Isak Gyökeres if you want to go on the win league.
We'll take them both.
Yeah, why not?
You have to sell Jesus to
He
get
won't.
both.
He won't go. He's out till November. He won't go.
Exactly.
He won't
I
go.
would say-
Havertz won't go either. Sadly, unless someone from Saudi comes in and takes him, he won't go.
If someone came in for Havertz, Saudi club, would you let him go?
Yes, 110%. Yes,
Mm.
that's a no-brainer. Even if it was
Of course.
40, if it was 40, 35, I'd do it. 110%.
You're selling him even for that little price.
Yeah, I don't think he's all that.
I agree. Yeah.
I don't think he's all that.
Yeah, but then what? Look how much we pay for him.
Well, we're always going to. Well, it's likely we're going to take a loss for him as well. But that's because
we Pepe 2.0 again.
Yeah, that's because we paid. Well, not quite a Pepe 2.0 because Pepe we have to pay in installments and all that.
Yeah, 18 million a year.
Yeah, 18 million installments. Well, Havertz wasn't in installments, but seriously, if a big money for Havertz comes in, take
Would
it.
you guys take Ivan Toney?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have taken him last summer. Yeah,
I'll still take him now. Yeah.
Right.
People want to finish all they
Do you
want.
think he's still got something to offer at that
He'll
age?
cook in our team.
yeah.
He'll cook on our team, Luca.
I'm guessing I would.
He's got everything to be a top level striker, mate.
I'm guessing he would. He's doing all right in Saudi. He's scoring like 2 goals.
People think players go to Saudi that they're finished. Tony's not finished yet.
Not necessarily.
He's not finished.
No.
How old is Ivan Toney? Like 30?
28, 29.
Oh yeah, and let's take Ivan Toney then. If he's
He's around that age, and he's Premier League proven as well.
He is. And he always wanted to come to Arsenal.
Yeah, we want to come to Arsenal.
Yeah.
He said it in an interview, I swear, as well.
Yeah.
Like, his boyhood club was Arsenal growing up or something.
Yeah. I don't think he was an Arsenal fan, but
No,
he does.
I think he was a Liverpool fan. But
Yeah, Liverpool fan.
But
yeah.
he also went on to say in that same interview, he said, "I love to watch Arsenal play when I was younger."
Yeah. But who wouldn't have done? Because that's when we were actually winning things.
When we were winning things.
So
Yeah, exactly. It's mad. But yeah, I mean, I take him. I take Lautaro from Inter.
Yeah, Lautaro. Yeah.
And this Atletico Madrid director knows Martinez very well.
Yeah, I'd definitely be up for Lautaro, another Argentinian.
Well, the thing I say with this director, right, is he does when he wants a player, he seems to get his player. You know what I'm trying to say?
And he's a winner. He knows his football, and he's worked with Simeone, who's know what he's like. He demands nothing but 100%. So
Simeone is elite, mate. Elite.
Proper top manager. Yeah.
We should have brought him with him as well. Get better and bring Simeone as a manager as well, mate.
Yeah, I'll do that tomorrow.
Yeah. But then as soon as you say that, you get called fake fan and all this, and you're negative. You don't know anything about Arsenal. This is all you get told.
No.
Because this Arteta is the most overprotected manager I've ever seen in world football.
No, he was even more overprotective than Wenger. Even more. And
Yeah.
Wenger was a bigger legend, and he's a bigger legend than this guy ever will be.
Oh, all day long, mate. All day long. But yeah, that is that there. That's all the news there, guys. Anything you guys want to talk before we get out of here, or we covered everything?
I've actually got to go.
Oh, Seb, have you got to go?
Yeah, I've got training.
Luca, do you want to stay on with me?
I've got time. I've got no shows today.
We'll stay on a little bit. We'll talk. Yeah. So Seb, you got to get going. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got training now, and we're in a interesting situation because now we've actually got a title race on our hands now because, well, I won't say what happened, but we're in a good position. That's what I'll say.
All the best, mate.
That's proper football. That's proper football where we win.
We need Seb as Arsenal manager.
That's proper football there where we win. Proper players, proper elite mentality, proper everything.
What phase is Seb in?
Yeah, what phase? Yeah, what phase are we in? Are they in? And they're 14-year-old boys. I want to win. It's proper football.
Proper, mate. Proper.
That's what I told Dom. have a weekend when he was there. Come down to my pitch, you'll see
Seb,
ball.
Seb, when's your next Arsenal article?
Yeah, let us know.
Well, I've got a couple in place. I've got the Real Madrid one preview in place, and also I've got the end of season fixtures. So they now tend to publish them on match day now. So
On the Arsenal Lounge.
that's when they tend to publish them now. So I'm gonna have to probably wait till then. But even though ideally I will want one out to come before, but yeah, I've spoken about the Real Madrid game, and I'm speaking about our remaining fixtures. So it's those two now.
Nice one, Seb. Thank you for coming on today, as always, mate.
No problem. Yeah, it's great. I enjoyed this.
And we'll see you next week again, yeah?
Yeah, you will. Will do.
We'll be talking about the Fulham game. Yeah.
Yeah. See you later.
See you later, Seb. Take care, mate.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers, mate. So, yeah, Luca, we'll carry on for a little bit, mate, if you want.
Yes, why not, man?
I think Cooper wants to come on as well with us. He sent me a message, so Cooper will be with us soon as well. But yeah, man. Let's just quickly see if anyone's got any questions. Anyone's got any questions or want to talk about anything in the comments, guys, let us know. I'll go through a few as well. But I think yes.
Hey,
Yes, Cooper.
what's up? Josh? Can you hear me, buddy?
You got your sound on?
Me?
Yeah, a little bit. It's very low.
Me?
Oh, 10%. Okay. Is that better?
Luca, who you on about? Me or Cooper?
I don't know, yours.
I'm going to drop out. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Luca, you can hear me, right?
Connection, Cooper.
Cooper, I can hear you, bro.
I couldn't hear him.
Luca, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
Is it all clear? It's all clear. Yes,
Yeah,
Hey,
it's all
guys.
cleared.
You guys can't hear me, huh?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah, let's go, man.
Oh, he's gone again, mate. He's gone again, Luca.
What's going on, man?
He's gone again. No. All right, let's try.
All right. Now can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. What are you guys doing?
Just
That was a great.
talking about
That was a great chat. That was a good show, man.
Where you at right now, Cooper?
Sitting in my Arsenal
Oh,
chair
he's got his Arsenal chair.
in the backyard.
Love that, mate. The weather's nice over there in the NYC, yeah? Nice and sunny.
Yeah, it's it's 70 degrees today, but it's supposed to snow tomorrow. So that's New York weather.
Typical New York, that is, mate.
It is.
But nah, Cooper, we've just been talking about, Isak, Saka. Do you honestly think Saka, Saliba, and Gabriel are going to stay and sign new contracts?
If we don't win next year, I don't know. I think Mikel's got. If we don't win a trophy next year, I don't see him. Why would you want to stay? I mean, they've given our unless they replace Arteta. But if we don't win a trophy next year, something like the Prem or trophy, I don't see them, because what are great players remembered for?
Winning.
I mean, Saka could give his whole career to Arsenal and never hold up a trophy. And I think we've got a question like Odegaard. He just doesn't show up at big games. Maybe he's a bench player, and we should look for, a 10. And maybe move him to the 8 or something. Like I don't know, but I just His performance this year has been shocking. You know, um, what do you think,
Who? Odegaard?
Odegaard? Yeah,
Yeah, he's been very underwhelming, man. Very. But the problem is, like, we have no one in his position who can replace him there. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
we gotten weary or one eerie, but
But
I
he's been
think
playing
he'll
more on the
be.
right.
Yeah, but can you take him out of the team like once Saka's back? Like they're both such explosive players, and they take on people. That's the problem with, you know, maybe I was watching a lot of messy videos last night. I was watching old, old Real Madrid and Barca games, and that guy was just
Mm.
Jesus. Messi was just, he just dribbled and passed, and I just don't see the aggressiveness in Odegaard to make things happen. Does that make sense?
I agree. I feel like captain should maybe be Gabriel, someone like that for me.
Absolutely. And that's why, when you were saying, $100 million, $100 million but I don't think Arsenal will. Gabriel to me is too much. He's Arsenal through and through. You know, he's what, 27, 28. He'll stay at Arsenal, but what's Saliba, 24? Saka's 24. You
Mm.
know, uh, I mean, maybe that's why Berta is coming in. Maybe we don't really know it, but maybe Arteta is on a short leash. You know what I mean? I mean, if he doesn't start off great next year, and I feel like you guys probably feel like Arteta is outmanaged in most games.
No, I agree, especially when it comes up to like when he comes up against a proper tactician manager. Yeah, I agree with you,
Yeah,
Cooper. one
I mean,
Hundred percent.
you don't even have to be that decent of a Premier League manager to beat him. You know, um, but yeah, like tactically, he's always, and that's why I asked the question about Zinni. Like, Pep put Zinni in a left back because he needed somebody at a left back. Yes, they won a title with him at left back, but that doesn't make him a left back.
Yeah.
I've been happy to see. I mean, we've been saying it for I don't know how long. You know, plays any in the 8 or the 10. Like, let's see. He plays it for. He plays it. That's his natural position. And I
That's
and he's been decent. You know, he can move the ball. He can shoot. He can pick a pass. He'll take players on. I mean, he may not be the best, but
yeah. No,
I think he's
I'm
better than Marino.
yeah, no, I 100% he is in that position. I 100% agree, Cooper, bro. I wanted to read this out just quickly as well. Thomas Partey and Jorginho are both out of contract end of the season, and apparently will leave Arsenal this summer as things stand. Trossard who has held talks over a new deal, is out of contract in the summer of 2026, and apparently Trossard don't want to stay either. I wanted to ask you about Thomas Partey, right? Would you guys keep him for one more season? Because I personally would keep Partey for another season.
Uh, I would, but with his off the field troubles, I don't know if
Hmm,
we don't know a lot of information about that. So
that's
I,
true.
I don't
Yeah.
know if the club's doing it, to kind of protect the brand. You know what I mean? But he is also what, 31. He'll be 32.
Getting
Um,
older. Yeah.
yeah, like and yeah, he's been phenomenal this year. He really has. I mean, he has stepped up. I mean, you couldn't have asked you couldn't have asked more from a guy this year. But the year before he wasn't around. The year before he missed half the season. Last year he missed most of the season. You know what I mean? Like, are you? I mean, I always said, and I always agreed with you. I would sign him for 1 year with a 1 year contract extension.
Yeah.
But like I said, maybe there's something, maybe with the courts or so. You know what I mean? Maybe that has something to do with it. But it also depends on who they have their eyes on coming in too. You know what I mean? Like Berta's worked with, a lot of big talents, so I think his name's going to carry a lot more weight than Edu with players. Um, you know, uh, you're bringing in a winner with him. Um,
He's got a CV, Cooper. Better.
yeah,
Look how many years he's at Atletico Madrid. About a whole decade, bro. At Atleti.
yeah, yeah, and they've always been, they've always been pretty competitive.
Yeah.
You know,
They've got an elite
and
manager
man,
in Simeone as well.
let me tell you, I love Atletico Madrid's jerseys. That
They're
home
yeah, they're
jersey.
they're they're, they're beautiful, man. They are beautiful, to be fair.
Yeah, I may have to get myself one of those.
Your
Oh, and I
Napoli
just
one came, right?
my Napoli one did come. Yeah,
Finally.
finally, finally. Took like I'm never ordering from them again. But uh, I also are you like a medium? Like I
what
have a
in
bunch of
shirt size?
yeah, like Arsenal shirts,
Small,
jerseys,
small.
small.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of like mediums. When I was like, I'd have to go. I'm gonna go through my my jerseys and the ones that they don't fit me anymore because you know I'm not your age. I'll just send I'll send them to you.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Yo, bless
I'd
up
rather
Cooper,
not,
man.
I'd rather him go to somebody who will appreciate them than
Of course I will, man. You know me. Of course.
yeah. So I'll do that, and I have like a bunch of jackets and shit too. So
Uh,
um,
what, all Arsenal stuff?
all ours. I've been collecting that stuff for a long time. You know,
Wow, man. Yeah,
so
I appreciate that, man. A lot.
yeah. So I'll have to get your address on WhatsApp. Um,
Yeah, for sure, man.
I gotta go back in the house. My dog's like barking. Ugh.
Fergus, big up Fergus, man. Cooper's dog, mate.
Long time. Yeah, but yeah, I'll shoot me your on WhatsApp. I'll put a thing together and send it over.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure thing, man. Nah, I really appreciate that, Cooper, bro.
But
I
yeah,
appreciate that a lot, man.
I got sweatshirts like that.
But
Yeah, yeah. I don't care if he's. I,
Cooper, you're lagging, bro. You're lagging quite a bit.
Look,
Guys, is it just me or Cooper's lagging quite a bit? Cooper's lagging, guys. Hold on. Is he just?
Tony.
Yeah, I think it's Cooper, mate. He's lagging so much. I don't know what happened there, people. I don't know. Is it me or is it Cooper? Nah, it's Cooper. It's Cooper. Man was just lagging. Hold on, hold on. Is he back?
Oh yeah.
You back?
Yeah.
Yes. No, sorry, Cooper. You literally lagged out everything you just said.
Oh. No, with Trossard, go.
Yeah.
He can go. I loved him. I love him as a player. I did, but
Mm.
now I'm like, eh. He's been he's been good. He's been a hell up. I'm glad we spent $27 million on him than signed Mudryk or
Mudrik, yeah.
whatever
Oh
his
my
name
days.
is. You
He's
know,
trash. Yeah.
he's trash. We were going to spend I mean, come on. But yeah, I hope. I mean, I don't want to like diss Odegaard because I really love him as a player when he's
Mm.
on. You know what I mean? But like, he's not a captain. Like, take the maybe if you took the captain's armband off of him, he may, he may
Wake up a little bit.
wake up a little bit. Get another player, have somebody that, like, if he, typically when you look around, if you're playing like shit, other teams will bench you
Yeah.
because they have the good teams, the big teams, because they have somebody who can come in and, you know what I mean, push you for your position. Like, we should have that in all positions. That's why I think it's great. Who do we start at right back? Ben White or Timber?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
a great problem to have.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't have that in any other position.
Yeah. 100% agree, mate. Like, I agree with you. I think with Trossard, it's time for him to move on, Cooper, because listen, like last season, let's not forget this guy's got us out of jail in quite a few games. Like,
Yep.
if you remember the Porto game in the
Yep.
second leg, he got us that goal, which sent it to extra time. That Bayern Munich game as well, he got us that second goal against them. I think the equalizer. There's multiple times where this guy turned up in the big games last season. Like
He did.
it was absolutely superb to watch. But this season just changed around. Like, I don't know what it is with him, but it's
Because
just
he's
been.
had to start.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah. I think he's a great 12 man coming
Off the bench, that
off the
impact player.
bench. Yeah, I do. In the moments, like, he's always in the right spot, right time. The question is, do you keep Martinelli? And how does a right wing, like, he scored 15 goals 2 years ago? How does he go from that to just? Is it coaching? Is it?
It's got to be. It's got to be a mixture of all. I think coaching. I think that's changed the way how he's played this season. I think confidence as well for him. Like, you see Martinelli Cooper, right, on the win.
Yeah,
The guy's always has his head down
yeah,
when he runs.
yeah. Because and I think Arteta's style of having them run back and forth and playing defense he's a great defender. Put him at left back. I mean, shit. There we go. We just solved ourselves problems. We'll put Martinelli at left back, and he can, he can. He can play both left wing and he can play left back. Move Miles Skelly. Well, I'd keep Miles Skelly where he is right now, but
Mm.
I'd like to see him have the opportunity in the midfield.
Yeah, because that's why he actually started his career with Lewis
Yeah,
Kelly. That's why he actually started his
because I
career.
think I think 1 year he's amazing, but I think Lewis Skelly's going to be like he'll take people on. Again, he can pick a pass. He can not Messi style. I was watching a lot of Messi last night for some reason. I
The
just
goat, mate. The goat.
yeah, like I just he's who got me into soccer. Like, really following like, it was one of the World Cups, like years and years and years ago. But um man, I didn't speak Spanish, so I didn't understand what they were saying when they were playing. So,
Yeah,
you know,
100%, man.
but
100%.
yeah, and across the back, like Saliba, we don't have any backup for him.
Nah,
We need to get somebody for him, and then, like, Gabriel, like, what do you get? I mean, Cal Fiore can play. I don't
he's a
want to.
centre back. Yeah,
He's a center back. He's
you
not a
watch
left
him when he
back.
plays tomorrow for the Azzurri against Germany. You see him at centre back, Cooper, tomorrow, and you'll see how good he is at centre back. Compare him at left back,
Yeah,
and then and then people will realize how good why is he playing centre back and not left back for Arsenal, because he's a centre back.
right. And I don't understand why Arteta likes to sign people. I get you want to sign versatile players, but you think you'd want versatile players in attack, not in defense.
Facts.
I mean, that's how I would set up a team. You know what I mean? Um, I don't understand why we signed Rice, for $105 million to put him in the 8. He's a 6, right? Like if
100%.
if you want, if he doesn't move, if he doesn't move the ball as quickly as Thomas Partey and stuff like that, we'll give him some time and some coaching in the 6. He's a 6. He's not an 8. I mean, he was in the team of the year last year, and this year, I mean, he's had some good games. I don't diss him. The guy's got a motor that never stops. And you love him, but I think he'd be a lot better in the 6. Uh, and Zubamendi's a 6 too, right? He's not an 8.
Yeah, Zumedi's a 6 as well. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I mean, who are you gonna start?
That's the thing. If this many do actually does happen, because you never
We
know.
know Arsenal.
Yeah, we know Arsenal exactly. If this actually happens, we do get Mendy. He's more of a
Right.
6, so he'll continue to play Rice in the 8.
Yeah, and Rice, as much as he can't pick a pass out. He doesn't have that explosive. You know what I mean? He doesn't have that explosive speed that's gonna.
Yeah,
The ball just kind of stops with him. You know, um, but at times, again, he's very, very good. You know, um,
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's true but we know he's more suited to, as you said, the number 6 role. That's why he was at West Ham as well. That's
yeah,
why
that
we paid the money for him to play him there.
right.
That's what we all
So
thought, at least.
right. So it's very confusing to me. If you
Yeah.
want to bring somebody in to play the 6 behind him, that can, without having to bring Zubamendi in. And why are we getting everybody out of the Spanish league?
I know.
Like, yeah, Arteta, I know you're Spanish, but the biggest, what I pray for every day? That Spain offers Mikel Arteta the national
The national team
job.
job.
Yes, because he'll get him the hell out of here. But I don't know. I think this Berta move is a big. You Arteta can't blame anybody now. He's had the team. He's got the team that he's built.
Yeah.
And now we have to. When people go, oh, what do you? When you say like, yeah, we need like 6 players. People are like, what are you crazy? Like, and you hear all these names, and it's like, okay, if you get quality over quantity, and Arsenal don't do that. It's like, I mean, who the fuck? Who? I want to know who scouted Mikel Mourinho.
It's because his
I
name's
do.
Mikel. You get me? His
Mikel.
name's Mikel. Yeah.
Yeah, like who scouted this guy? And it's like I feel better with
Back.
uh, I feel
Big up
better
Luca,
with
man.
oh, hey Luca, what's up, brother?
I'm good, man.
It's nice to see you. I haven't seen you guys in a while.
No.
But yeah, but I'd like to see. Look, we're talking about
Trossard.
no, we were talking about Rice.
Yeah, Rice. Yeah.
Would you? I just asked Josh about like Zubamendi. Like, is he, if we get him, because we all know Arsenal, we're linked to everybody until we're not. But like we spent over $100 million to get Rice as a
Well, for
6.
me,
So why are we playing him in the 8?
that's what I don't understand. I think Declan Rice in the number 6 is majority working very, very well because he's been on good form recently and he's been playing in the number 8. Does that mean Mikel Arteta is going to use Declan Rice in that sort of future? No, I like him in the number 6. For England, he plays in the number 6. So with Jude Bellingham. So
He's a number 6.
yeah, he's a number 6. Hence why we bought him for 105 million. So technically, I don't understand why. This has to come down to the manager because does Declan Rice want to play in the number 6 or does he want to play in the number 8? What does he feel comfortable with? Does he want to play in the number 6?
I think he'll do anything for the team.
He will, because he's that leader, he's that commitment. He'll just listen to what the manager tells him to. And Declan Rice, for me, I'd put him in the number 6. He's so
Right? He
much
was
better in that number 6.
right. He was. Josh, what did I say? Um, he was in the team of the year last year or something, right? Like
Who,
Premier League.
Rice?
Uh, yeah, Rice
Yeah, yeah. I think team
last
of the year.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you take him and you don't. I mean, I know, I understand he needs rest, but like he's not used to running up and down in the 8 position either. He's a 6. He doesn't have that explosive speed. He can't really pick out much of a pass. Um, that's why I was just saying, like you know, we were just talking about, most great teams or good teams. They have like having Timber and Ben White at right back. That's a great problem to have.
Facts.
We're with Arsenal. It's and when you guys asked how many players we needed to come in, I said I've said 6, but I agree with 7. We know we're going to sign that goalkeeper from Espanol, right? He's like 20-25
Mm.
million. Is he going to be? Is he going to be the future? I mean, because God knows Mikel Arteta likes to buy and sell, goalkeepers. Um, we have one for about a year and a half, and then we get rid of him. Uh, but
Facts.
and then we were just saying, like, there's nobody. If Saliba goes down, there's nobody to fill that void. Um, Cal Fiore can play for Gabriel.
Yeah, but is
Miles
Calafiori
Lewis.
the answer, though? Is he the answer to replace Saliba?
We were saying a minute ago, me and Cooper, that he's a centre back, Luca. Yeah, and
Yeah,
you'll
he's
see
a
him,
center
and you'll
back.
see him play tomorrow, Luca, for the Azzurri
Really,
against
he plays
Germany.
so much better as a centre back.
You'll see him tomorrow, and how
Yeah,
good he will
he
play.
is. He is. He's a much better left back, and we've been saying it all year. He's a left back. He's not. He's not. He's not a. Or I'm sorry. He's a center
Yeah,
back. He's
centre
not a
back. Yeah.
left back. Um, and that's why you see, like, I mean, he has his deficiencies in defense, but the injuries this year. He's not used to running up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. You know what I mean?
Mm.
The toll on his body after he had that ACL, and that was only what, like 4 years ago, 5 years ago when he did that.
Uh,
It was somewhere like that. He was
yeah,
like
yeah, about 5 years ago. Yeah.
about 5 years ago, yeah. So you're putting pressure on him too. Like I and Luke, I was just saying to Josh, uh, um, oh shit, I forgot what I was saying. Don't get old, boys. Don't get old. Um, uh, but I was just like, Martinelli's great defending. There he is. He's a left back. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Uh, we need, but I said before I said I understand Arteta wants players to be able to play in multiple positions, but you would think attacking wise he would want them to play in different positions, not in your defense. Like Kieran Tierney's still the best left back we have. He may not be able to invert, but who gives a shit? He can cross a ball in beautifully. Every time he comes on, he puts one in, or you know what I mean. He puts in some beautiful passes to the middle. Problem is we don't have anybody in the middle to put anything in. Um, but like when you guys were talking about soccer earlier, I wouldn't play him for what. I understand he may want to play. This is when it's Mikel. It's time to say, you know, I understand you want to play, but I need to protect you. you're 24 years old. You just had a severe tear. Because I said to you, Josh, when it happened, I was like, he won't be back till next year.
Mm.
Because I've done those surgeries. I've assisted in those surgeries. And, yes, we're not professional athletes. We're not doing them on professional athletes. But, that's a long time to come back from. Not 3 months. You know what I mean? So I would err on the side of caution. Like, who cares if we get beat up by Madrid, we get beat up by Madrid. We're going to get beat up by Madrid whether or not Saka's there or he's not.
See, if we get beaten by Real Madrid, then fair enough. But I want Arsenal to go out there and be like, you know what? We actually put in a good fight against Real Madrid. We were very unlucky. I don't want it to be the same old, same old. Like, for example, when we lost 5-1 to Bayern, I don't want any of that. I know people might say, oh, we're not that Arsenal anymore. But I want us to go toe to toe, show that we can compete in years to come if we want to win these sort of big things. Because I know we don't have patience to go on and win the league or Champions League. We need to come up against Real Madrid. We should have no fear because I think for me, do you feel like we've got the players to beat Real Madrid?
Not up front.
Not up front, no. Of course not.
And not in the midfield.
Mm.
I don't think Odegaard is the guy. I think we needed a number 10. And
Who would you take him as a number 10 then? There's loads out there. There's Florian Wirtz, there's Barella, there's Musiala, there's
I
loads.
would love Barella.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't love
What a
Barella?
baller. What a baller.
These players
Yeah.
are about 100 million.
Mm.
Well, maybe we spend 100 million on him.
Yeah.
Maybe Coutinho as well for PSG. He's a baller.
And
Coutinho.
try to get Tony. Or try to get Yorkeres or something like that.
Yeah. No, 100%, guys. Listen, guys, I'm gonna have to wrap this up because I've got to do a pre-recorded preview with for the Italy game with my brother Gio in a minute. So
thank you, John.
Thank you, Cooper, for coming on every single time, man.
Luca, it's
Thank you very much.
Great talking to you, bro.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, big up Seb who came on earlier as well.
And everybody, please like and subscribe. We're at 9.89.
Yeah, you got there, man.
1,000 likes. So please, let's get him up. Let's get Josh up
10K.
to 10,000.
Thank you, guys. Thank you guys
right.
so much.
Yeah.
Luca, big up coming on as always, man.
Thank you very much, man.
Cooper, big up yourself, bro.
Big up, bro.
And we'll
Take
catch
care,
you
guys.
guys in the next one. Take care, everyone. Come
Bye-bye.
on, you Gunners. And we're out of here. Peace.